Warning, before I even start this video, I just want to say this is not to slander Kai at all. I'm not trying to put him in a negative light or anything like that. This is only for entertainment and informational purposes. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Mudge, whatever you want to call me. Now, over the past week or so, I've been seeing a lot of Kai Cenat slander on my TikTok, Instagram, even on my Twitter. And I kind of want to talk about it because there's a backstory to it, which kind of leads up to what we're seeing here on social media today. But in order to talk about this, we kind of got to go back in time a little bit. 2022. Man, this was a crazy year. Ken Carson had dropped X. Summers had dropped Fallen Raven. Even the Warriors won a championship. That was a pretty good year. But one important thing that I want to point out was the content creation during this year. It was damn near at its peak. We had content creators such as Packboy Max on the come up. Dabo was getting popular within the community. But there's three particular letters that I want you to know. DYK. Now, if you don't know what DYK is, man, let me tell you real quick. DYK consisted of three streamers that were absolutely taking over. Bruce Drop 'Em Off, Kai Cenat, and Your Rage. These three decided to think outside the box, collaborating and mixing their communities together to build one big community. The trio had so many good ideas, doing IRL scary streams. They were doing challenges on Discord calls. They were doing gaming together, or even just sit and talk about their interests, such as clothes, cars, music. Seeing the community's favorite influencers come together to collaborate, it seemed like a perfect idea. When watching these streamers, you didn't get too much of a certain individual's personality. I think it worked so well because the three came from different places of the state. Kai being from New York, Rage being from Florida, and Bruce coming from Georgia. It just kind of worked too well. At the time, it seemed like these three kind of just clicked together on camera, and like not only were they combining their work groups, but they were combining their fan bases. When I was in high school seeing this, it was kind of exciting because it was like, damn, these are my favorite influencers and they're actually working together. And it was just so unexpected because, you know, a lot of the time people just be beefing for no reason. No, there's so much drama. But when I seen that they decided to make a group out of it instead of it being a one-time thing, yeah, I was like, they got it in the bag, literally. But of course, as you probably know, all good things come to an end. There was a bit of drama that started between the group and some other content creators, such as DDG.
Chat. Gun to the back of your head, name 5 DDG songs. What y'all talking about, bro?
Now, it wasn't the whole group, but Bruce Drop 'Em Off and DDG had a back and forth going on for a little while. Can I give you my opinion real quick? It was just super unnecessary and childish. At one point, they were just flexing on each other. They're saying, oh, I got this much, and that's coming from a fan of Bruce.
I can't compare me with money, bro. You can't compare me with money, bro.
I can't compare with you with money?
You can't, bro. You can't compare to me with money.
Yo, hold on, wait. I don't think
You shouldn't even add me to this, bro. This nigga's bro. Look at him.
Bruce. Things got pretty serious between Bruce and DDG. Bruce even brought up some things that happened to DDG at OT Genesis party.
You think I'm about myself, DDG?
I don't care who you with.
I know you don't, because OT Genesis was with them niggas.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Keep talking crazy, bro.
Yeah. Oh, these streaming niggas, I'm talking about real life. Like you talking about, nigga. You know.
And your range,
nigga, the niggas that know where your studio at. Stop talking.
Nigga,
Stop.
What do you do, nigga?
Yo, DDG, Daryl, it's not that serious, bro. Daryl, it's not.
Even to this day, DDG brings up the fact that he moved Bruce off the internet, or I guess he made him get off the internet, you know, whatever he be saying.
I know I said it wasn't smoke no more, but it took your life to get it, bitch. I got that shit in a week, bitch.
But between the DYK members, it didn't really go up from after that. It just went down and down. It was a continuous downhill. There were accusations being thrown around. Bruce was accusing Kai of stealing ideas, such as Bruce's trip to Japan.
I was mad, I ain't gonna lie, but I was busy. I had work to do. So it is what it is. Like, it's not new to me. It's Bruce. Bruce talk shit, but I ain't think he would talk shit on me, because I ain't never talked shit on this nigga in my life. In my life. But we gonna get into that. 2, this shit is just delusional, all right? It says, after Kai Speed announced the Japan trip, he thought they stole his ideas, so he blamed Rage because he was the only person. He told Bruce, I don't know if you got brain rot or some shit, my nigga. I know you think everybody's trying to fucking copy you. Like, you don't understand. Like, he doesn't believe in coincidences. He doesn't believe in influences. everybody just trying to copy him.
It kind of caused some back and forth between all the members, trust issues. Now, Rage and Kai were still cool during this situation, but Bruce was somewhat painted as the villain. They were telling him that he needs therapy, he needs to get his ego in check, you know, things that could be pretty harmful. Bruce made claims that Kai Cenat only talks to him when it's time to collaborate, saying that it's not a friendship, that is more just like a work relationship. Kai Cenat spoke about everything Bruce was saying via Twitter, streams, and he didn't want to associate with Bruce anymore.
Want to be your friend no more. I don't want to do shit with you no more. I don't want to be associated with you no more. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Because it is too dangerous to have a nigga like that in my circle. One day smiling, next time you in your phone gossiping to your top mods about what you're doing. And I condemn the nigga who leaked that shit. I condemn him. You wanna know why?
Of course, causing the downhill of DYK. Now, everybody kind of just went their separate ways, back to being a solo streamer, no more boys night. Now, a little bit after DYK went their separate ways, Bruce from time to time would bring up the fact that Kai Cenat reactions would seem a little bit unauthentic. Sometimes bringing up the fact that, quote unquote, some streamers only talk about some of the things they do for clicks or likes.
Talk to nobody. I ain't letting none of y'all niggas know my business because that's all y'all wanted to be around for. Y'all, that's all y'all wanted to come around me for. Was to know my fucking business, bruh. That's it. Every time you come to me, bruh, it is for some content shit. That is not a friendship shit. That's not a friendship at all, bruh. We don't have no real talks. You can't, that's not no friendship, bruh. That's content. Every time you talk, the boys. You know, I will say the same thing to you in real life, bro. You know how that shit is. Like, you know I don't fuck with none of that. I've been told both of y'all that. I done had to numerous amounts of times, bro. I don't do that scripted content shit. That's why I went to Kick. None of this shit scripted, nigga. None of it. And I don't got shit to lie about.
I just kind of want to drop my opinion real quick. I just kind of hate how everything went down. You know, everybody's successful doing their thing. I just feel like some of it wasn't necessary. But because of everything that was going on, the internet kind of painted Bruce as this villain with this super crazy ego and just someone who couldn't be trusted. A little while after that, Bruce decides to take a break, getting away from the internet, streaming altogether. And the reason why I bring all that up, the DYK, the beefs, all that, is because everybody on TikTok seems to say Bruce is right all of a sudden. I see so many TikToks now, they're saying that Kai Cenat has a music stylist, he has a clothing stylist, and they're just saying that he's an unauthentic person. I kind of go through TikTok comments a lot, and I just see that everyone's saying like, oh, what happened to Bruce, man? He was right all along. Oh, they're switching up this, that, and the third. You know how TikTok comments be, bro. It just makes me wonder, like, why all of a sudden are these reactions happening? He was recently at a Met Gala after party, and I guess Summer's manager came up to me and asked him, do you listen to Summers?
Hi, you fuck with Summers?
Huh?
You fuck with Summers?
Summers, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's my client.
Oh, word. Oh, shit, word, okay.
Yeah, new project soon.
New project?
Yeah.
How you like managing this shit?
How do I like managing him?
Yeah, like how do you like the managing game?
Love it, bro.
Love it?
And Reno's the best, bro.
Where you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, but I live out here right now.
Okay, how you liking it?
I love it, bro. New York City.
New York City.
World.
In the world, gang.
Yeah.
I never listened to Summers in my life.
Like
ever. What's that?
And Kai Cenat had no clue who Summers was, and that's not me bashing him, because it's okay for you to discover new artists, but a lot of people in the comments were saying, how do you listen to Osamason? How do you listen to Dior versus You? All these other underground names, but you haven't heard of Summers. It's just making the fans just question him and everything that he's really authentic about, I guess. And I'm gonna say this again, I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying that no streamer is better than this streamer. I'm not trying to bash Kai Cenat in any way, shape, or form. This is just me trying to relay information and see how everybody feels about it. Ever since I've been seeing the TikToks, I've also been seeing comparisons between the two streamers, Bruce Dropomoff and Kai Cenat, between the music, the clothing, this, that, and the third. And they're trying to say that, like, Kai is trying to be what Bruce is, I guess. And that's not a statement coming from me. That's literally a statement coming from TikTok, because people are literally saying that Kai is stealing everything Bruce was doing. Now, the real slander is because, is Kai Cenat authentic? That's the main question people are asking. And me personally, I have no problem with an individual learning about new music, new clothing styles, this, that, and the third. But when you're doing it only for clicks and likes and views, it kind of just gets to a point of where it's just like, damn, you're using these people for views and money.